Peace, peace, peace. What y'all got going? It's Sunday night, I think. What y'all got going? What y'all got going? Peace, peace, peace. What's the word? Yeah, nothing new going on that y'all don't even know. I'm just coming to chill. Just coming to chill, y'all. See what's going on with y'all. Took some time to write some thoughts out. Who you? What you was writing about? Lay it on me. That's where it's at right there. You could take a step back, you know what I'm saying, from what the world then told you what was important, or what you have worries on, what you feel like is important other than what's truly important. You got to sit back, take a step back, and really analyze your life and be like, you know what, I'm gonna do this right here stressing me out, that right there. So you can take a step back. That shit is amazing. That shit is absolutely amazing. Real talk. Real talk. So much information going on right now, like it clogs your mind so much to the point to where you cannot even focus on what's really important in life. You know what I mean? And then when the individual tells you that, like, man, you got to focus on what's important. You got to ask yourself, like, what's really important? So many people telling you this is important, that's important. You should focus on this. You got to be doing this. You got to be doing that. But what's in your heart, though? You know what I'm talking about? You will never accomplish anything if you don't look into your heart and, what I'm saying, balance out what's inside of there first. You know what I'm saying? So, but the past trauma, because a lot of times we don't understand the things that we deal with, that you know what I'm saying, we'll say is like, let's say, negative situations, relationships, um things that happen in work, just everyday little daily things that we deem is happening to us in life or whatever. A lot of times stem from our childhood or our past trauma, because what our trauma does, especially in our past, like our childhood trauma, it affects and influences our perception on life and how we view life, how we interact with life and individuals in life. Our life, to be specific. Man, the topic ain't really nothing for real, for real. My man said he been doing some writing, took a step back on some writing or whatever, took a step back to write. You know what I'm saying, about his past trauma or whatever, and I'm just agreeing with him on. I feel like that's important. I feel like I was saying before, you know what I'm saying, before you hopped on here, there's so much information that is like important. It resonates, it's good, it can help, but it's a lot of other information that's out here as well that gets overlooked, that more so is prone to helping the intimate side of you, the shadow side. So that trauma, that past trauma, that childhood trauma, um the side that you don't share with society. It's really not the topic, but you know what I'm saying, it was a good start for the conversation, because like the movie They Clone Tyrone, that whole entire movie is literally a program right now. Not just right now, but it's been happening. And they show you things like they tell you about they tell you about World War III. World War III is not going to be a physical war. It's supposed to be a Cold War. A Cold War is a war that you fight mentally. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna fight this physically. Ain't gonna be no shoot 'em up, bang bang, none of that. In order to, you know what I'm saying, to win a war like this, right? These individuals would have to have fought this, would have to have been fighting this war for at least 20 years. So a lot of us wasn't even here when this war had began. You get what I'm talking about? So within this universal law, they got to tell you what's going on. So they show you in movies, and that movie and a lot of other movies was key, and not just that particular aspect, but with this They Clone Tyrone program thing. What's going on? They overlook a whole lot of things that was in that movie outside of them cloning individuals and doing this, that, and third or whatever. That's like obvious, right? But there was other things in there that was overlooked. One thing in particular, the guy Fontaine, he asked. It was like a hitman, not a hitman, but like a henchman, right? And it was a white guy. He had another clone with him. That was the clone of Fontaine, the main character. And Fontaine asked the guy, "Man, am I supposed to be here to like fuck the neighborhood up or whatever, just make it a bad place?" He tell him no. He tell him like, "Man, you basically Captain America. You basically, right, the main character in this story. You feel what I'm saying? If I were to take you out of the hood, they would basically make this a suburban neighborhood. Okay? Now you ask yourself, why is that? Why is that important? Why is that key? A long time ago, we were segregated, and they stopped that or whatever, and you would like to be like, oh, that's nice. During segregation, right? We was forced to be self-sufficient. We was forced to be self-sufficient to the point to where everybody in the community had to trade, knew how to do something, and basically we had our own banks, our own stores, our own hospitals, our own everything, doctors, every single thing. The outside neighboring communities were borrowing from us. You feel what I'm saying? Goes into the reason why a lot of the reason why those towns and those little cities are not around anymore. Burned down, drowned, all type of stuff. Now, people be like, well, we're not in slavery or we was in slavery. None of it really matters. Then you have other individuals like, well, rather we were enslaved or not, a lot of people are mentally enslaved, right? So let's say we were segregated. Now we're not segregated. Mentally, you still are. Subconsciously, you were taught to oppose everything. You feel what I'm talking about? If someone is boxing and this guy wears uh white shorts and that guy wears black shorts or whatever, subconsciously, you were taught to choose and pick. I want this person to win. You don't even know who they is. So it's like that, period. You automatically choose a side and who you want to be with, what you want to deal with, and this, that, and the third. You really have no choice for real, for real. Now, because of this, right? Because you don't, you know what I'm saying, you don't have no choice and all that, they got a good viewpoint, like a bird's eye view on what you doing. Like a, what do you call that? A telescope or something. A magnet. So you're being watched. So in this movie, they trying their best to figure out who cloned the person, yada yada yada. We already knew that through mythology. That's why when the movie came out, everybody came out. Oh man, Yakub did it, Yakub. But what's important is this right here. What you would see is the so-called ascended masters, these leaders, these teachers that come out, these speakers, because that's all we are. These speakers that come out and speak, right? You know, just like everybody else know, they would tell you. The quote-unquote government, these quote-unquote elites, they got full control over what you see, the media, TV, all of that, right? Then we dealing with this app TikTok, okay? We know this app come from what, China? We know this quote unquote the elite, the government, yada yada. They ain't they don't they not supposed to be able to not supposed to be able to, but ain't they into it or something? That's what they portray. So you get online, you see all these people, they talking to you, uh, they speaking out against people, they unifying people, they doing all types of things. When and where do you think and feel like the quote unquote and so called elite will come through and get rid of these individuals? Because they do it and they can, right? Ain't nobody just here. What do you call that? Ain't nobody just here because they just said, "Oh, I'm just so powerful." Because they was, nobody would have came and took them in the first place. Because it's certain individuals that's been speaking about this information, has been speaking all this information, and have never been touched. And it's some that has, right? So it seems to me that they clone Tyrone was an entire program. They allow certain individuals to come out and give you information until it's too late. Why is it important for you though? We're not worried about the ones that will come through. They speaking, they doing that. It's cool because all the information is inside of you in the first place. You can be wondering about a situation, wondering about some particular information or whatever, right? Go read a scripture or anything like that and find it there. All that is confirmation, saying that it was inside of you to begin with. How do you utilize that? Somebody come to you and say something to you that resonates with you and you feel like it's the truth or whatever, right? What do you do with that information? Because when these quote unquote elite that you talk about so much, that you want to take down so much or whatever, right? When they come through and they get rid of that person, that individual or that group or whatever, right? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go off to the next person? Or are you gonna fall back up off this? Like it's just something to fall back off of. Spirituality is like playing with spirituality is like playing with your life. Because it's literally like working with this is literally like working with your life. You trying to what do you call that? You trying to reach enlightenment, right? And to reach enlightenment, you want to understand self. To understand self, you got to go inside self. You got to meditate. You got to take that step back. You got to heal thyself, mentally and physically, holistically. And all these can be done, right? Like in different parts or whatever, however you want to do it. But it has to be done. See, they show you movies like They Clone Tyrone, and that should continue to keep on happening. If we get people that comes up, talks, uh, what you feel like um wakes up a lot of individuals, right? You feel what I'm saying? That shit gonna continue to happen, and they gonna take them people. You feel what I'm saying? And ain't nothing gonna happen afterwards. When and where is someone awake? The point is not to be awake. It's to become a conscious and aware of who and what you are, right? In a way to where it shifts your consciousness to where you truly look at the world in a different way. Not to where we can just sit here and have a conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? It comes down now to, man, look what I can show you. Look what I know. Look what I can do. Look at this. Is what you doing, what you can show, what you can speak on, is that shifting your life, changing your personal reality? You know what I'm talking about? Is it doing that for you? If it's not, right, it's not doing anything and it's not helping anybody. You know, unless you were so slick at the mouth to where you could tell that to an individual that had the desire to truly want to change that inside of their life, whatever it was that was undesirable inside of their life. You would never find that type of information from an individual outside of yourself. The only thing an individual can do for you is the same thing a book can do for you. Guide you towards within, like within, unless the book and the individual is telling you, hey, um, you basically gotta just gotta go straight through me. If it's saying that 9 times out of 10, and it's not, that's not, that ain't legit. You know what I'm talking about? Most spiritual books and spiritual scriptures is always talking about going within, but it's always a dual aspect. Remember, I always say when you dealing with the physical reality, it's always a dual aspect. It's always a dual aspect because first and foremost, the first fundamental thing is you got a mother and a father, a positive and a negative in life, and it takes that to create anything until you get to what they call the more simple forms of life, which in actuality are highly intelligent life forms. But these simple forms of life act as like, bacteria and stuff like that. They're asexual, so they reproduce by themselves. You know what I'm saying? But reaching enlightenment, this is what you do because at the highest form of your mind, you possess a pineal and a pituitary gland. That's oneness of the mind. You know what I'm saying? So think of it like this: when you raise that vibration up, and by vibration, I'm speaking about your particular awareness, right? Your particular awareness can be anywhere on any one of your 7 chakras. A lot of times, people's awareness is stuck on a lower 3 chakras dealing with their humanity. When you raise that up, right, you get to communicate and experience with higher forms, right, of life, of you, and everything else. That'd be the thing. That'd be the thing. Um, they don't want you to experience that part of yourself. To experience that part of yourself is to truly become God. You know what I'm saying? They want you to, and when I say they, it's no particular individual. It's anybody. It doesn't even matter. Want you to focus on the mythology, focus on, I guess, history, whatever that is. Um, let's just focus on the math. Well, let's just focus on the science. Well, let's just focus on religion. You focus on yourself and what you want to resonate with. You know what I'm saying? You got to bring your awareness from this place to a higher place, the highest of what you can go. And that's based upon your imagination. You know what I'm saying? They say your mind is limitless, right? But you can put limits on your mind. You do that by inducting yourself in certain systems. Not telling you not to deal with the systems because how do you gain the information? But when you swear upon your life, hey, this is what it is I'm going to do, and this is what it is. You can't serve um 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 two gods at one time. You know, that's what they say. You are the God, right? Your soul, the light that's inside of you, right? The journeyer, the one that's journeying, the sleeping giant, is the one that is having this experience. But it is the most purest form of energy, right? So it's innocent, free will, if you will, okay? And in a sense, it knows not itself inside itself. It has not experienced itself inside itself. Therefore, it 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 it, it has no understanding of this, is what I'm getting at, right? So what then people be saying when they tell you, oh, the source had to break itself into many different pieces or whatever, and what's that word? And project it into what finite pieces to experience itself. That's truly what's going on here. Okay? But to experience that, right? To truly experience that, you have to look inside itself. Because why? Because you will have certain individuals that come down here and get locked in certain systems. And they're going to tell you, because we look alike, hey, no, this is what we got to do. That's bad. You can't do that. Whatever it is, it does not matter. You got to learn what it is that's original to you. Because we all unique and we all possess everything it is in life, right? To create life, to experience life, to destroy it, and everything that comes with it in life, right? Or let's just say in the mythology, they talk about birth, death, and rebirth. They don't talk about life because that is the life. Within life, that is the process. You're going to go through that in your waking life, in your afterlife, everything. Once you stop something, that's the death of something, right? Once you start something, that's the birth of something, right? But in that process of, let's say, creating something new or transforming it, transfiguring it, right? That's the rebirth. You go through triple stages of darkness, the 9 months of birth, right? You come out the womb. You got to relearn how to be a god. They say in the primeval stages of darkness, right? That darkness before creation is a gargle sound. Let's say that's why the baby come out saying those little gibberish words, because it still remembers the sounds of the primeval sounds, the primeval sounds of creation, basically. When they tell you the baby knows things, that's what they be meaning. But what's happening is you as a child, you learning something completely different. Like you learning how to be a human. You're developing an ego. You learning really what not to do. That's what your ego is really set up for. They say your ego is to protect you, but your ego is teaching you what not to do. I'm not gonna touch that fire because that shit hot as hell. I'm not going that street because I don't want to get hit by the car, right? I'm not gonna disobey my mom. I'm gonna get my ass beat. So you start hiding things, and those things you start hiding becomes your shadow, and that gets stored in your subconscious. But your subconscious, right? You know, it's infinite. Um, like I said, it creates the reality around you. But you have people distracting you. It don't matter who it is. Your family, your friends, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, kids, it don't matter. I want you to do this. I want you to be like this. I want you to do this. I want you to do this. Everybody's expecting you to do something. You have no time for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then you're a high vibrational being. What does that mean? That means you automatically always move fast. Always. We just gonna be that's as simple as it can be, as it can go. If you high vibrational, you moving fast. You're spinning. Everything is spinning. It's supposed to be spinning out of balance. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it can be overbalanced, sometimes it can be underbalanced. But that's just what it is. If you vibrating low, right, you know you're not doing nothing. You feel what I'm talking about? So just because I'm a high vibrational being, that don't mean anything. You feel what I'm talking about? Because the objective is to learn from what we go through. Learn what we go through learn from what we go through, and to not allow it to take control over us, right? In the process, right, we learn how to manifest that what we want in life, right? Why is all of that important? Because I don't got to go through a list of things of what you want to manifest. What do you want to manifest? You feel what I'm saying? But why is it important to do these things in life? Because you take that with you afterwards. It's cool to get caught up in the mythology, but ultimately, the mythology is talking about a process of what? The beginning, right? And in there, right? What that dude said in the Bible? I'm the Alpha and the Omega. I'm the beginning and the end. So when we talking about your quote unquote beginning, right? What are we talking about? We talking about the end. It sounds cool, right? In the beginning, when they explaining it. But in the end, it sounds like world cataclysm, yada yada yada. Because somewhere down the line in our actual history, you feel I'm talking about, shit that been rewritten and all types of other shit or whatever, right? But things that have been historicalized. Okay? That's not what it was. But because it's been historicalized or whatever, we start to look at it different. I'm talking about even the most divinest minds. So you gotta. I don't even want to tell you to. Oh man, just look at the mythology. The only thing I can tell you is like you know what I'm saying to not be that way is to tell you to look inside of yourself. Utilize everything you can that resonates with you. You feel what I'm saying? And what I mean by resonate with you, let's make a clarification. I don't just mean, oh, that shit sounds nice. I mean, oh, that shit sounds nice, and I truly can utilize it. So that's something so simple as a mudra or a mantra. You feel what I'm talking about? A meditative chant or a meditative hand gesture. You feel what I'm talking about? I want to open up this chakra. I want to heal. Fuck it, my kneecap. I want to heal my back or something. You feel what I'm saying? Because it's as simple as that. And you utilize it just to get either that clarification, just to get either that healing, that realization. But God damn it, I did it. You feel me? Fuck all that. I've been sitting back and I watched 1,000 hours of whatever TikTok and all that stuff or whatever. Because like I said before, what you would call the elite, you got to figure out what the elite is in the first place. But what you would call the elite, this government and all that shit or whatever, they showing you in that movie, they allowing all of this to happen right now. Everything. If this gonna distract the gods from getting on our ass, so be it. If one of them gods will get up there, and we know damn well that the rest of them is not gonna do what he did or she did or whatever, if I'm talking about to get to that level, we gonna allow this motherfucker to do it for a long time, and then we gonna get rid of them. They do that. Either way it go, they do it. Either way it go, they do it. And what do? Nothing. Next motherfucker come through there, y'all be like, damn, this he the one. Mind you, everyone that comes up tells you for the last however many years, 2,000 years, the government or whatever religion told you that somebody was coming from the skies to come get you, right? They come and tell you the same thing. They come and tell you the same thing. After they tell you that the religion and all that stuff, which I deem is, yeah, I agree. They told you that somebody was coming in the skies to come get you, whatever. They told you the same exact thing. A second later, nobody is coming. The somebody is already here. Look in the mirror, and it's you. I promise. There's a lot of individuals talking about Nibiru. What is Nibiru? Nibiru is supposed to be, or supposed to mean, the planet of crossing, right? Or crossing in transition. It's supposed to be the mothership planet, larger than this planet, larger than the sun, right? That's what they tell you. They only tell you what they don't tell you what they read because they don't read. They tell you what was spoken on it. What else was said? They also said that Nibiru was set up for interdimensional travel and holographic travel, meaning you wouldn't even know which one it was. You feel what I'm talking about? It can be anywhere and everywhere at one point, like at one time. Now, I always said that all these mythologies are metaphors. It's set up for interdimensional travel, meaning it can travel anywhere, it can go anywhere. Past, present, it exists in a what do you call that shit, in the time of now, and it does not affect the past or present. This is what it says, and then it says set up for holographic travel. So you wouldn't know which one is the original. Okay. Now you all hear about how this is supposed to be. By this, I'm talking about what you living in. This is supposed to be a holograph, the holographic universe, meaning that what comes out of your subconscious mind, that projection, you feel what I'm talking about, is the reality that you see. So somewhere down the line, because you see individual, you see the videos, and it's countless videos that's separate. They be like, man, look at this, look at the Tucson, look at this, look at this. That's an individual that went inside of themselves. I said that's an example of an individual that went inside themselves. You feel what I'm talking about? And was able to bring upon that, right? Now it said that in there, but they don't tell you that because it does not fit the mythology that they're trying to push to you, even though it says it right in the mythology that they got it from. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So why is that important? It's important because you hear about how the government is working on holograms and all that shit, right? And they're gonna try to project something and try to show like some type of god. All the deities from all the nations are gonna come together so everybody can worship and come under that. Okay, right? And anything that you see, right? When you see all the gods, and by gods I'm talking, you know who I mean. When you see all the gods, they posting all these videos like, man, look at this, look at that, look at this. They projecting that. They may not know it, but they're projecting it. And that's great. Because look at the ashe that they got. They projecting that, right? But it's only a hologram. It exists inside of you. The same way as your body is a hologram. You know what I'm talking about? So the government, the elite, whatever you want to call it or whatever, they trying to come up with technology, or they came up with technology or whatever to produce the same type of effect that we naturally can do already and already doing. And it's already been prophesied. Last year, they said, you're going to see the gods practicing and performing miraculous feats, right? Doing miraculous things. What do you see the gods doing right now? That's all I'm saying. But don't let nobody trick you into believing that it's one individual, it's some individuals, it's you. If you can believe it, if you can find it inside of yourself, see, and it don't have to be what the fuck they preaching. You know what I'm saying? They can be preaching something that you like, but it's like, man, I ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do this, and what you doing gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? Now you out there doing whatever you want to do. It's as simple as that. But we don't know what we want to do because somebody done told us what we gotta wait for. Somebody done told us what we gotta study, and we probably studied it because what they were saying sounded so fucking good, right? But the thing is, when we go read it, it's like, man, Joe, like I don't understand it, or it just ain't clicking. It's not clicking with you because you don't resonate with it. That's not a good or a bad thing, man. That's just reality. The reality is, it's a positive and a negative aspect of this. You got individuals that come in and tell you, "Hey, look, man, um, we was agreeable, we was disagreeable, right? But we gonna be agreeable, and we not gonna mess with the disagreeable people." What they don't tell you is, in that mythology, right? In that mythology, it was the agreeable and the disagreeable, right? That's supposed to have created all of this. You see what I'm saying? What am I meaning? What am I meaning? What they call themselves, Anunnaki. The Anunnaki, right? The same the same people. They be like, oh yeah, we Anunnaki. Um, but we don't deal with Yahweh, right? The Anunnaki in the mythology, the same mythology. I'm not talking about Sumerian mythology. I'm talking about the holy tablets. I'm talking about the mythology that they get it from. You feel what I'm saying? The Anunnaki are Yahwehians. Yah, the agreeable, way, the disagreeable. The word even breaks down to a dual aspect. They don't tell you that because it don't fit the mythology that they're trying to push. The mythology that they're trying to push is the same patriarchal thing that the quote unquote non-melanated beings, non-melanated beings, been pushing on us this entire, how whatever you want to call it, 400 years, 4,000, however many. It's the same thing. That shows that you have not went inside of self, looked inside of self, and truly figured it out what it was that's being brought to you and presented to you in these quote unquote scripture. It's not telling you to be on one side and be on that side. It's telling you, hey, this side represents that. That side represents this. We just happen to be a people that like stories. You know that that's facts because look at the hieroglyphics. We tell stories, pictures. That's what we do. That's the type of people we is. So it's understandable. You know what I'm talking about? But it's certain individuals that do not possess what we possess. So they historicalize it. They historicalize it. Why? To place themselves in the timeline. If your mind creates the reality, meaning your subconscious mind, it forms the reality around you. And it's what we living in, whether it's real or not. You know what I'm talking about? You believe it, so we living in it, right? If you could believe that certain events happen in history or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, then it becomes real. It becomes real. You know what I'm saying? And it gives the individual that didn't have it, you know what I'm talking about, a a place to live in the quote unquote astral realm. You know what I'm talking about? It gives them time to evolve. See, while we going around be like, man, it's certain people like, man, they ain't got no souls. Woo woo. Right? That don't mean that they can't acquire one. You have to have one, you have to have gone through what we going through, which have took a long, long time. Trillions and trillions of years. But that's why our timeline is fucked up. Our timeline is fucked up and we living in, you know what I'm saying, we living behind time a little bit. But how you get back on time? You don't get back on time by following no motherfucker. You get back on time by getting in yourself, figuring out what you was doing. See, the thing is, right? We all came here doing different things. You know what I'm saying? It's just been different groups of individuals, and by different groups, I mean a whole bunch of different groups. I'm not talking about now. I'm talking about like in the modern times. different societies or whatever that was popular. And yeah, man, they took the mythology and did what they did with it. But then you have nomadic individuals, people that's on a what's that word called? On a long wolf tip. You know what I'm talking about? By themselves. What we doing now, basically, which was frowned upon kind of sort of back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Because we is a community people. But now you gotta look inside yourself. You gotta look inside yourself because you gotta know what it is you're doing. You got people that get readings, right? And if you don't know what a reading is, you should know what a reading is. I'm not gonna explain that. You got people that get readings and they're told so many different things and don't even understand it. Now I'm not against readings, but what I'm saying is to help you better understand. Like if you're told, like, yeah, you come from here, but you also been told from this individual, you come from here, you come from there. That's because that's the energy that you possess. You feel what I'm talking about? We've lived many different lifetimes or whatever, so we've existed on many different dimensions, many different planets, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying? So why is all that important? All of that is power. That's power because what have you learned in all those different lifetimes? That's knowledge acquired. You feel what I'm talking about? And if you look at the mythology, you feel what I'm saying? And any other thing that deals with, you know what I'm talking about, spirituality, occultism, tapping into your mind or whatever, and raising up your vibration or whatever, it shows you true power from within, basically, right? So this is what we was dealing with. So you then mastered so many different things. Why did I say you mastered so many different things? Because you're here right now. You wouldn't be here right now. You would be, if you was here and you haven't, you would be in the comments arguing with me right now. You feel what I'm saying? It's a telltale. But no, you here because you understand. Joe, I done been here before. I done been doing this. The thing is, right? You are a God. And the religions were not created for the gods. The religions were created by the gods, not for individuals to worship the gods. Gods deal with spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Going back in the mythologies, the gods, they meditated, they prayed, they fasted. You feel what I'm talking about? They went through spiritual rites of passage. You feel what I'm saying? They done yoga, mantras, tantra sex. They drink. You know what I'm saying? Smoke. They done everything that you doing right now. They done in spirituality. They didn't do religion. You feel what I'm talking about? Religion didn't exist in the time of the gods. You feel what I'm saying? The religion is a modern day thing. So for a God like you to get inside a religion, that's gonna compress all of that energy that you didn't acquire all these lifetimes. You know what I'm saying? Rather the ones that speak it to you know it or not, the religions definitely do. These quote unquote preachers, they know it. Why do they know it? First off, going back to that segregation thing, um, the higher ups and the educational systems or whatever, they know what's going on. So based upon your ethnicity and what you is, you get what I'm saying? They gonna steer you in a group you need to be in. So let's say you was a melanated person or whatever. You feel what I'm talking about? Anyways, being it don't even matter. You gotta study all of this. I'm talking about the preachers. You gotta go to a college. All those preachers that be preaching on TV and doing all that shit, y'all, they had to go to college for that. Meaning they had to study what we studying, if not more, because they be holding off a lot of books and all types of other shit or whatever. So they got access to a lot of other like information that we supposed to not really have, quote unquote. You feel what I'm saying? So they already know. But the melanated beings, they have to sign some type of tax thing, 504 tax form or whatever, stating that if they speak anything that I'm speaking right now or whatever, right, they take their church and all that stuff, whatever. So it comes down to money. You know what I'm saying? Versus the other individuals. They don't gotta do that. They allow them to do that. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? So in a way they kinda like balance out what's going on or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? But like it or not, they know what's going on, is what I'm getting at. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that for the ones that that's speaking what we speaking right now. Some of them do, some of them don't. You know what I'm talking about? And that's cool. But that don't matter. Government, like I said, still gonna allow this to go on. So it all goes down to who's got it in them, you know what I'm talking about, to bring the God out of them, right? So watch this. In that movie, they cloned Tyrone. He asked him, Joe, you got me here. I'm just here to, man, to fuck up the world. He told him, no, you the hero, basically. You feel what I'm talking about? They allowing this to happen, right? Next thing you know, next thing they go to the end of the movie. They figure out, they figure out who it was. It's Yakub or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It was Fontaine or whatever. It was the original Fontaine that cloned everybody or whatever. It was cloning everybody that cloned the original Fontaine off of his brother, basically. Um, nah, the ability, take it upon themselves to go ahead and get rid of them. Okay, we can symbolize that as, bro, who got it in them to really take that step and take that leap. See, it's scary. You feel what I'm talking about? To get intimate with yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be intimate with yourself. You rather be caught up in what's going on in the world and in society. You feel me? Now, watch this. It's a group of individuals. Fuck that. It's a species of us, right? That's more prone towards evolution. Evolution is not what's going on in society right now. What's going on in society right now is the law of the cycles, which is creation. You feel me? Some shit that's repeating over and over and over and over and over again. Our species deals in evolution. We evolve in the best way possible to fit, you know what I'm saying, our reality, right? Okay, so this phase of evolution do not fit our reality, right? Why? No matter why. It's over with. You feel what I'm saying? It's not because, oh, we in poverty or we not in poverty. First and foremost, right? You have to fall in order to rise back up. You know what I'm saying? A person will get on here and be like, Christ is king and all that stuff. Why are you talking about all this? Christ is the resurrected one, right? You have to go down somewhere to resurrect. So Christ don't come from no heavens. It comes from the underworld, the immense, the sunken place, subconscious. You feel what I'm saying? So you here right now in that sunken place, right? And you got so much knowledge around you. You feel what I'm saying? It's not just knowledge around you. You feel what I'm saying? But you sift through that. You sift through all the flaws that you've acquired in your lifetime. You know what I'm talking about? And you create the new reality for yourself. You know what I'm talking about? You don't do that shit based upon what, look, man, you gotta be doing this. You need to be getting a new iPhone or you ain't popping. You ain't heard that new song What the Bam or even this. You like that song or whatever and all that shit. It's not about that. It's about what I like, what makes me move, what makes me vibrate. You feel what I'm talking about? That's the thing. We not looking at that. You know what I'm saying? Because why? It don't matter what you look like now. I can get on here and be like, look, man, woo, woo. It's all about us. Is who I've been. Woo. It don't even matter because it's gonna come down to this right here. Um, let's stay here. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's do this. You're not a god here in this form. You know what I'm saying? You're not a god here in this form. You know, you are having an experience, and it can be godly. That's why we have magic and all of that or whatever. But in order to really truly experience that and really have fun with that shit or whatever, you gotta sift through your pain that you didn't acquire. You know what I'm saying? Pain. Because why do you have it? First and foremost, you're never supposed to feel that. You only supposed to feel joy. You know what I'm talking about? Now, what I mean by that, I mean, because we be holding on to the grief, the guilt, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? You experience it only to know not to experience it in the future. That's it. That's it. You not you ain't come here to be depressed all your life. And I be telling you this, right? Because it's important a person to go through life, right? Depressed. I don't care about no billionaires, none of that, because they be depressed. But I don't care about them. I'm talking about us, because it be us that's gonna do this and rise about it. So a person to go through their life, they be depressed, yada yada yada. Okay, cool. When you leave, you take that anxiety, you take that depression, you take that suffering, you take that pain, you take that displeasure, you take all of that with you. You take all of that with you. You know what I'm talking about? And speaking from experience, right? Speaking from experience, when you reach the dead realm, you feel what I'm saying? Your consciousness constructs what you deem is hell. So I've been there. No, it's not no fiery place. You feel what I'm talking about? It's something that you create on your own. I've seen it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to tell you. So you walking around, if you walking around with your hell or whatever, right? When you leave, what you think you're gonna take with you? You know what I'm saying? You gotta take nothing with you but abundance, love. You know what I'm talking about? Your memories of, let's say, your spiritual life. You know what I'm talking about? As far as like, your past lives or whatever. So you gotta go through past life regression. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. You gotta get through there, man. Peace, Soul Shine. Peace, peace, peace. Yes, man. Yes, you gotta do all that, man. I had to come in because I've been doing a little study. You know what I'm talking about? Um, I've been seeing a lot of things, and it's things I know, right? And if you push it so hard, like if let's say let's say I'm all I do is preach about guns, right? I'm preaching about guns all the time, all the time, all the time. Yeah, you should get it, you should get it, you should get a gun, you should get a gun, you should get a gun, you should get a gun. But I never told you how dangerous they can be. I'm bogus, ain't I? You see what I'm saying? I think I I think I'm bogus as hell. Hey, bro, you should get a gun and you should always have it, like period, point blank, period. That's like the best analogy I can have. You know what I'm saying? And then, but I never tell you how really truly dangerous it is, right? Basically, what I'm saying is I can give you some information, right? Give you a piece of information. That's cool, right? But it's dangerous if I don't tell you everything for real, for real. Why is that? Because you are a God, right? And what we dealing with now in modern day society is religions. And religions are to bind you back from literally the entire truth. You feel what I'm saying? They don't give you nothing at all, but nothing. Nigga, sit down and give me your ashe. You feel what I'm saying? Sit down and give me your ashe. That's what it is with religion. So, as a God, you shouldn't be locked down in that. You feel what I'm saying? So, but listen, you didn't forgot how to be a God. You know what I'm saying? Rather or not, we were enslaved. We wasn't. Okay, cool. Um, we was gods before that, and before, and before. You know what I'm saying? So like now mentally, we feel like we was, or as far as slavery goes, we still stuck there. We don't know how to conduct ourselves. You feel what I'm saying? All we know how to do is deal with religion. So when we get our original information in a original format, you feel what I'm talking about? We still make it a religion. And when we make it a religion, we take the power away from it. You feel what I'm talking about? And give it to another entity that exists outside of ourselves. Now let's say the entity does not exist. We have something called the egregore, meaning it's a thought form. So you done created this. Now that shows you how powerful you are. but you worshiping something that you didn't create it. That's funny. Now think about it like this. You create a robot, and this robot say, "Hey, nigga, get on your knees and worship me." It's just as simple as that. Moving with limited perception, knowledge, and wisdom. Yes, yes. That's all I'm trying to say. It's dangerous to think that with a little bit of information, because don't nobody have all the information. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody have everything. The main source. You don't have the main source. But if you say I got the main source and you talking about, you know what I'm saying, from within, man, hell yeah. But a lot of people is not meaning it that way. They're talking about, man, I know the source of creation. I know the source of this. I know the source of that. But you got to understand, some people is going to go inside of themselves and understand a different, what do you call it, or is going to have a different perspective. See, it's subjective. You see what I'm talking about? And that word is funny, is it? Watch this. When you watch those, what do you call that? Psychological movies, psychological horror movies, or whatever. And let's say a person goes to a realm where it affects it affects their mind, their psyche, right? And let's say 2 or 3 different individuals go inside of this house, and this house affects their psyche or whatever. There's the house is going to affect each and every person in 3 different ways. You know what I'm talking about? Unique to every different individual. You feel what I'm talking about? Meaning it's going to be subjective. They're going to take something outside of their subjective subconscious mind and pull it into, you know what I'm saying, their conscious psyche or whatever, and they're going to experience that, and it's going to be horrific. That's how the movies play out. You feel what I'm saying? That's the same thing with your with what I'm talking about right now. If you can take the mythology, the whatever you studying right now, you know what I'm talking about, and go inside yourself. I don't care what the books say. I don't care what dudes say, she said, he said, or whatever. If it's subjective or whatever, and you can keep coming up with that outside of yourself, because it's gonna match up with the mythology. Period. It may not match up with what dude's saying and dude's saying that. Nah, because watch this. In the mythology, it's that's written out of your soul. Those are groups and individuals that went inside of themselves and was like, hey, we finna record this, we finna do all this, that's all it is or whatever. You know what I'm talking about? That's what grimoires is. That's why you come up with your own grimoire. That's why they say that's the most powerful, because it's the power is coming up. The power is coming outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? But you wanna go and read your own personal blueprint, basically. You know what I'm saying? That's what you want to read. You want to study that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody can tell you nothing. See, the thing is, like I said, because you've been told, hey, you came from here, you come from here, or no, we come in from here, or we need to be doing this, we need to be doing that. When I tell you something like this, it'd be like, okay, but now I, I went inside myself and I experienced this, and it just wasn't what dude or they were saying. They were saying that's because none of that matters, and probably ever or that specific time in your life. You feel what I'm saying? Because watch this. Like I said before, you will like something, right? Me personally, I could tell you about the Necronomicon, Tiamat, the Great Mother, Abasu, the seawater, the seawater spirit or whatever, and the elder gods, existing inside of them, and what do you call it, fighting to get out or whatever, destroying the Great Mother and all that stuff. The Great Mother being a primordial goddess, you feel what I'm saying, and that primordial goddess being connected to who you are on an ancient scale. I can tell you about that, and I can tell you about the Necronomicon or whatever, right? And you can be like, "Ooh, that sounds good," and you can go read the Necronomicon. I got the book, right? And you can read it, and you can be like, I don't really like this, right? Because it's not important. You know what I'm saying? It's not important, But why did it sound good? Maybe because it does resonate with you, but it's not what you need to be doing in that specific time or at all. Maybe it's something that you already mastered in a different lifetime or something like that. You get what I'm talking about? That'd be the thing. But you personally have to deal with it yourself in order to figure that out. You feel what I'm saying? if you just going with what somebody's saying or whatever, hey, you will fight somebody because they don't believe. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe you. Man, you gotta believe me, man. It's the truth. And because other people, you don't even know the other people. Listen, spirit, hey, listen, y'all. Soul Shine, she be knowing she be talking about. I ain't seen her in a minute, but Soul, she be knowing she be talking about for real, for real. When Soul Shine get up here, you gotta take heed. Literally, I ain't even gonna lie to you. But I just want I want to speak on this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, they talk to you. They like to say things are facts. Facts does not mean, oh, this is just the truth. It's just that. Facts and faculty comes from the word factere, which means I do and I make, right? So yeah, let's use it how we always been using it. It's facts that you have spiritual faculties inside of you. But both of these words mean I do, I make, or do and make, to do, to make, to create, to manifest. Actively, you do this. You know what I'm talking about? Reason why we don't use it like that no more is because somewhere down the line or whatever, it just became irrelevant. Just like somewhere down the line, your pineal gland, your chakras, your crown chakra, all of that shit or whatever, that began to be atrophied, meaning you don't use it. It's there, but you don't use it anymore. You feel what I'm saying? The same thing. It's the same thing. All of this stuff is there. It's there for you to use. But how the world was set up for us, you know, like it was just given to you, even though it's bullshit, everything was really literally given to us, though. You know what I'm talking about? It's right there for you, for real, if you think about it. But a lot of that shit's bullshit. This shit right here, it's there for you too, but you gotta work for that, just like Soul Shine said. You gotta work for that. No, 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 don't do me like that. Don't do me like that. Nah. But yeah, though. Hey, no, Soul Shine, don't do me like that. What you mean? Why you said that? Nah, man. You gotta work. You gotta work for that shit for real, for real. Uh, People speak so highly of this, you know, these different traits and all that. A lot of people are naturally intuitive and naturally sensitive to the subtle energies around us, right? A lot of people aren't, but that don't mean that you aren't capable. You know what I'm talking about? The cause and effect is a real thing. You know what I'm talking about? On the physical level, if you trying to bring about a, you know what I'm saying, physical reaction, you still utilizing spiritual forces. You know what I'm talking about? So hidden forces. But, you know, if all you worried about and focused on is like the physical or whatever, that will come about more faster than the, the spiritual. You know what I'm talking about? We haven't been dealing with that all our lives or whatever, like we used to do in different societies and cultures. That's why I said different societies and cultures. It was important because there was one point in time, like we love Egypt so much, right? But the people that was in Egypt, because Egypt and those individuals that we call the Egyptians or whatever, they had already came with that religion already. So that religion was already intact already. The spiritual system was already intact. So that came from somewhere. But the individuals that was there before them, they didn't have no king and no queen and none of that or whatever. They were just there. You feel what I'm talking about? It was a matriarchal system, but they was just there. And the individuals that we call Egyptians ran them out. What am I saying? I'm saying that we was here existing as gods is what I'm getting at. Before a religion or some type of system put us into order or organized us. So we was everywhere, doing everything all at once is what I'm getting at. You know? Uh all I'm trying to get to you is The best way, right? The best way to uh, alleviate whatever it is that you deem is unpleasurable, bad in your life, negative, quote unquote, evil, right? The best way is to look at yourself, right? You can go in the mirror. Tell yourself, I forgive you. I love you. Tell yourself, you're beautiful. Tell yourself affirmation, right? Study what it is the chakras is, and it's many different, you know, what do you call that? Terms for the chakras. It's many different studies, many different practices, there's many different understandings on that. And I urge to get familiar with a variety of them, right? Because it's, it's gonna come into play in the long term and in the long run, and it's gonna help. And then, right, I would say study different meditative practices. One that work with you. See, the thing is, I'm not telling you to go follow somebody. I'm saying if you study multiple ones, you will find something that works for you. Meaning you'll be like, I'll take this and that and third and where I create my own thing. Now I'm doing something that works for me. You don't tell nobody that at all, neither. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna work for you. Tell your kids maybe. Tell your wife, your husband maybe. You know what I'm saying? But you don't go around and who let's do this, let's do this, nah. Because that's how we create religions. You know what I'm saying? Because watch this. You gave me this meditation, right? Now I'm finna go meditate. Now I experience this. Now I'm finna come back and go holler at you because I don't know what's going on now. You feel what I'm talking about? I don't know what's going on. You didn't tell me, you feel what I'm talking about, to to look inside myself, all of this, everything that I experienced would be it would be a representation of myself. It would be a reflection of myself or whatever, you know what I'm talking about, of me. Not just me on this plane of existence, but on all plane of existences that I've ever existed on. You feel what I'm talking about? So get acquainted with that. You feel what I'm talking about? Heal that or whatever. You feel what I'm talking about? Just understand. You ain't tell me all that. You know what I'm saying? You just told me to meditate. Woo woo. Now I come back to you. You know what I'm saying? Now, right? You don't even know because you probably didn't have this experience. You know what I'm saying? Probably didn't have a experience at all. You know, some people have it. Some people don't. Some people just be like, do it. And they don't have any experience at all. So some people do or have their own experience. But they be like, okay, now you got to do this. Or don't do that. Don't do this. Don't. You know what I'm saying? Now they block you off from what you need to be doing, which is to be getting acquainted with whatever it is you experience, you need to be getting acquainted with that. Energy never dies. So if you have unhealed energy, you need to be getting acquainted with that. If you have healed, abundant, light energy, positive, if you will, or whatever, you want to get acquainted with that and learn how to manipulate that to the point to where you can bring upon what do you call that? Abundance, um, wealth, great things in your life, you know, healing, all of that. You feel what I'm talking about? And transform your other energy as well. You know what I'm talking about? I would transform it in a way. I say this. I would transform it in a way to where, you know, it's in my arsenal. You keep it out of balance, but it's in my arsenal. Because you know how it be like the Bible that say you don't want to get angry. You know what I'm saying? Angry out to sin or whatever. Angry get shit done. You know what I'm talking about? The highest, one of the highest brain waves is gamma waves, right? Why is that important? Because when the Incredible Hulk got mad, right, what did he do? He got real big. Okay, the Hulk, right, was created by gamma waves, gamma radiation. You know what I'm saying? So understand what they really telling you. You feel what I'm talking about? Just know how to utilize your energy. Yes. Yeah, yes. Oh, listen. The She-Hulk, what's his name? What is his name? The Abomination. And any other, if anybody read the comics, I don't read the comics, but I did like the Hulk growing up. Any one of those like hawkish beings or whatever, those are hawks. Any one of those hawkish beings or whatever that was in the Hawk comics that the Hawk was fighting or whatever, they hawks. They just different forms of radiation. So like from different like suns and all types of stuff or whatever. So they really talking about us for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? We just so with that being said, no, we're not all the same being, but we are all the same beings. Like yes, we all come from the same source, but it's different spurts of energy, right? Different spurts of energy is different colors in the rainbow. You know what I'm talking about? With that being said, all of us are going to reflect a different form, a different vibration, a different frequency, right? Somewhere down the line, when the universes meet, right, we find balance, right? But all of us are not going to be doing the same thing. It was not meant to be that way. It wasn't meant to be that way, man. You feel me? If it was meant to be that way, I don't think we'd be here. I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead, add it in. Oh, pull you up. Hold on, hold on. I'm trying to add Soul Shine, y'all. Ugh.
Peace, peace.
Peace, 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 soul.
All right, long time no hear see. But look, okay, so when you was talking about Hulk, right? I
Yeah.
had this thought. All right, so you know how like at first it'd be like Hulk got his power from anger. You know, his
Mm-hmm.
anger is what made him even more powerful. Just as you said that anger is an emotion that can get things done, right? And I had this thought of it can be used in a creative way or in a powerful way like rocket fuel, you feel?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like realizing those are also forms, like they're also forms that they're not really, saying that they are, but aspects to the like the Anunnaki or, the God ourselves, that
Yeah.
power within us to push through and push past human limitations that are only set on by conditions of the norm of society or our own brain, or things that we have been raised with or conditioned to, which would be like that box of religion, keeping yourself in a drawer. But Dr. Banner, look, I'm a comic geek, all right? You talking about who read the comments, all that shit, bro, me.
Mm-hmm.
And Dr. Banner did these tests. Basically, he went into this knowledge and experimental of self. He tested only on himself and not other things, you feel? So
Yeah.
with him testing and learning about himself and symbolically finding that strength within himself, he was able to become a stronger being. And the fact that over time he learned how to control his anger and he could shift into Hulk whenever he wanted to. And what he
Mm-hmm.
said was, they was like, oh, you got to get mad. He was like, that's his secret. He's always mad. But he just has it under control. He can either have it under control or he can take it and use it to create or destroy.
Yes.
And then there's also this difference, okay, between like Hulk and She-Hulk, his cousin, okay? Like the same thing with, feminine and masculine energies move different and also need different things. So like
She
they
she was
metabolize
stronger than him,
different.
right?
Yeah, she metabolized different
Yeah, yeah. She was
versus like
cold.
how a man metabolizes and how a woman metabolizes. Like generally men need more protein,
Mm-hmm.
but and women, I don't necessarily like, we don't need as much protein. I can live vegan and be perfectly all right. But there are a lot of masculines who need a more protein efficient diet to be at their strongest suit, or whether or not they feel that way or something like that. Like there's just a symbolic difference in that feminine and masculine energy, and how She-Hulk was able to hone her powers more quickly and get control of herself faster than Hulk could himself or Dr. Banner. The same with emotional intelligence in women. You feel like how we tend to be better communicators or deal with emotional situations better or talk about emotions better because we go through it for a longer period of time. You know that phrase that, well, girls grow faster than boys, or boys take longer to grow faster
Mm-hmm.
than women.
I was just gonna say that.
Hmm.
No, like I feel like what you gonna say. I feel like that just shows, you know what I'm saying, what the divine feminine is. I feel like people be feeling like we be talking about the divine feminine or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't want to talk about the masculine, bro. I'm a dude though. You feel me? I'm a dude.
Y'all
But
don't
watch
talk
this
that
though.
much. Y'all don't say that much. Like y'all don't. My man has had to tell
I,
me plenty of times that y'all don't communicate with each other the same. He was like, y'all women communicate way more. He like the dudes, we be like, oh, it was good. Y'all ask some shit, get a simple answer. Us, we go into if he asked me about how my day is, I'm gonna tell him about everything from me opening up my eyes to the moment he called me on the phone. For him, how's work? It was good. Did you eat anything?
hey,
Nah.
no,
Yeah.
no, no. That's 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 facts though. But that I be trying to tell people like you gotta the reason why that's like you feel me saying we ain't been taught like that. You feel what I'm talking about? We've been taught to look against that, look down on that. Don't do that. You feel what I'm saying? Don't open up like that. You know what I'm talking about? Men
Mm-hmm.
don't be wanting to be hurt. You feel what I'm talking about? But hey, we done been hurt. We done been hurt a whole lot. You feel what I'm talking about? But
Mm-hmm.
we have been taught how to deal with it in a negative aspect. You feel what I'm saying? That's why I be
Mm-hmm.
trying to tell individuals look inside of yourself. Look inside of yourself just don't mean hey I'm gonna just meditate all day or whatever. Man, you know what you done been through. You feel what I'm saying? You know
Mm-hmm.
how to what do you call that? You know how to deal with certain trauma. If not, it's books on it. You feel what I'm saying? But really, it's just facing it. You feel what I'm talking about? Facing it. I feel like and embracing that aspect. You feel what I'm saying? Because what did what did it do for you? You know what I'm talking about? What is it doing
Mm-hmm.
for you? What did it do for you? What did it do to you as far as like how did you feel like it affected you? Because it did. You know what I'm saying? Certain things
Especially
that we
because we
do.
were raised. My bad.
No, yeah, no, go ahead.
I said, especially because we were raised like robots rather than vessel beings with vessels, powerful, powerful sources inside of us. Like I feel like one of the biggest issues with men today, as well as the past, because of that, that negative thought pattern that you're or unfavorable thought pattern that went with emotions with men. That's why we have so many men that go through situations where they eventually blow up because they weren't taught that they are a vessel. And even though you keep your emotions to yourself, that just they don't go nowhere. That means they're sitting in you. You keep holding it down, pushing it down. You feel, and there are many different men, even women too. Like if I'm talking about the men for sure, when y'all blow up, it's generally because y'all done sat there and let it sit in you. But that's because that's how y'all was taught to do, to just internalize it, to just not say anything about it, or not being taught how to properly express it, or it wasn't okay to express. And then a lot of individuals want to be mad when a man go off and blow some shit up or pop off, or be surprised like, oh, where did this come from? Oh, it's not where did it come from, it's been there. It just hasn't been expressed because we are vessels, sponges that can only hold so much water, symbolism, emotion. Before that Coke bottle that's been shook up, bust, or you dropped the damn Mentos in that bitch and not realized it and put the lid on it like a dumbass and threw it at the ground. And then get surprised when the lid pop off and that shit jump up and hit you in the head. Tight.
No man, no. It's that I all we need is a little bit of self love, man. That's it. That's all. Self love.
In a safe
You know what I'm saying?
space.
I'm
A
saying like
safe space.
you like a safe space, but I'm saying you find a safe space. You love yourself or whatever. But I'm saying when you love yourself, you gotta find some love too. There's too many of us
Mm-hmm.
getting on here like, oh man, no, I ain't finna love nobody. I ain't finna do all this. I ain't finna. Man, listen, man, check me out, right? You ain't gotta find nobody and just fall deeply in love, but find, you know what I'm saying? Love your family or something. You know what I'm talking about? Some people don't be doing that. Or something, because all our family don't be our family for real. But you know what I mean when I say
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying we just like that we try to run away from that word. You feel what I'm talking about? We try to run away from that word so much. You know what I'm saying? Like it don't exist. But that's of the highest frequency that we got. You feel what I'm talking about? And that could really get us
Mm-hmm.
a lot, a whole bunch. You know what I'm saying? Anger can get shit done, but love, right? Love gets you places as well. You know what I'm talking about? But it be the self love. That's that heart chakra though. You feel what I'm talking about? We ain't gonna get
Mm-hmm.
nowhere if we ain't dealing with that heart chakra.
The thing for me is like, okay, so first I'm loving that I'm seeing, the healing rooms and men going now to like Reiki healings and things like that, or being in a safe
Yeah.
place where they're getting their trauma brought out and they're able to yell, like scream, yell, whatever, release that pain because, it wasn't deemed okay for them to, do things like that.
Yeah,
And then another thing is like, damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on. Let me see if I can call it back. Spirit, give it back. Give that beautiful thought back. um, Dang it, it's on the tip. It's right there. It's right there. Ah, damn. What was you saying before? Like right before you let me take my turn, because it was something that you said that triggered that thought.
I said a few things. So
Oh no. Oh, but just a safe.
I was
What
saying
is it?
we run from the word love like it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. So, and another thing. Okay, yep, I got it back. Thank you. All right. So, that thing of like some of us if we can get out like it's like getting out of that victim mentality and instead it's like seeing the situations that we go through. Like, it's just changing your perspective on it. So it's like a lot of things that I went through with my past or that others go through in, specific situations. You don't have to think that, everyone's situation is just deemed, or that it's just supposed to happen or that someone deserves it. But for those of us who do believe that our situations were written out and that we wrote them with the universe before we came here,
Hmm.
it's like, realizing that the universe only did those things to strengthen you. Like for me, I used to be, I was taught to be soft and docile, as a young girl coming from a Christian background and a predominantly feminine house, like family. Okay. So it's like the situations that I went through with my own family and stuff like that, or even friends and things that hurt me. It's like you can either bottle that up, like how you were saying, men saying, "Oh, I've been hurt, this, that, and third. Now I'm not gonna trust nobody. I'm not gonna do, this, that, and the third." I look at those situations now as, they were meant to make me stronger. And it's like don't give up on that, taking chances, okay, or giving love or experiencing different things, even if there's like a possibility of being hurt. But it's like with those situations where you've been hurt, you take those lessons from, those different key points. Now you didn't realize the red flags. You learn from the red flags. And you take the motherfuckers, and when you see somebody red flag, oh, you wave your white flag when they wave a red flag.
Peace,
And
peace, peace, family.
you just trust that. Peace, y'all. And then just look forward to knowing that there are actually, like good-hearted individuals, so to say, and stuff like that. Like I just couldn't believe that everyone in the world is evil. But don't get me wrong, I don't underestimate anyone. Everyone is capable of, quote unquote good or evil. I wouldn't put that past nobody. But
Yeah,
just, it's just like peeping and being aware. Don't underestimate nobody, but also don't overestimate them either.
yeah. Like I think people feel like um if you're not doing, I guess, something that it don't matter what it is, but if it's not, I guess, accepted in society, right? Then it's evil. It don't matter who you are now, right? You got to be
Mhm.
evil now, is what I'm saying. But
Mhm.
anybody on both sides definitely is capable of doing this quote unquote active evil. And you guys,
Mhm.
I feel like what we talking about is somebody that, what I'm saying, with ill intentions on the next individual, on what you call it, let's say society, um,
Mhm.
natural life and all that. You know what I'm saying? Not an individual that's really tapping into their shadow self, which is
Mhm.
still an aspect, you know what I'm talking about, but the true aspect of it for real. Because things done been Hollywood now. They didn't made
Mhm.
it Hollywood or whatever. But I think that's what it is. You feel what I'm talking about? And that's why I say what I always say. You feel me? Like, most fundamental thing is you got a mom and a dad, positive and negative in life. How can you bring that together inside of yourself? You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
You said we've been taught like robots. You know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
So, um, yeah, you got a mom and a dad. I just told you got a positive and negative. So yeah, I'm finna go find somebody else and I'm finna go have a baby with them, whatever and all that. But these individuals that we call our parents or whatever, our family members, our grandparents, our cousins, all that, everybody that we come in contact with, they supposed to teach us how to love or whatever. You feel what I'm talking about? They supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
in a community, like back in the day, this ancient society, they taught you how to go inside yourself and love yourself. So
Marry
that
yourself
when,
first.
yeah, so that when you go and marry somebody, and this is before the, what do you call that, the prearranged marriages, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually marrying people with they what do you call that? They soulmates and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm talking about? But before all of that, you feel what I'm saying? Taught you how to really go on yourself and understand the true aspect of love. You feel what I'm talking about? Because we know we had deities to access it. You feel what I'm talking about? So
Mm-hmm.
you personalize it. You know how to eat. It's like easy access or whatever. Now you know this,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody in the community knew how to do this or whatever. So it wasn't no imbalance. It wasn't no bitch I'm finna beat on you. It wasn't no nigga I'm finna lock you up, put you on child support. It wasn't no none of that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm talking about? It was love. You feel what I'm talking about? But we ain't got that no more.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, it goes back to what you said before when I had jumped into, when I had jumped in while you were still going accountability. Because it's kind of like when you said that, it made me think about people who be jealous of, like, others' relationships, or, like, different aspects or different people's stuff or whatever. And it's like I've gotten to that point of just self-love within myself, that, like, when I saw somebody on Instagram today, right? I got on Instagram, and somebody that I went to high school with, that was really cool and sweet. They had a baby, they got a husband, all that. Now, I may not have those, but I'm happy for them. Like, I was so happy. I was like, bro, she's had a baby. I'm like, I'm happy for her. I'm like, oh, she didn't got married. I'm happy for her. I'm like, I'm seeing people do their thing. I'm like, oh, you cute. Okay, you cute. Oh, I'm like, you cool. That's just fire. Like, I don't know. Just, you know, because with the level of accountability that you get to, like, that the healing journey will take you to, and a level of inner security and inner peace takes you, it's like you realize, like, you don't want nobody else's peace. You only want your own peace. You can't even want, you don't even, ain't nobody else's peace for you, or else it would already be yours.
Yeah. Yeah. That I don't know. So
And I just see them as other aspects. So other people happy doing their thing or whatever. I'm like, okay, that's just me in another dimension. Period. That's it. That's just me on another dimension, in another dimension with the different aspects, in the God plane, basically experiencing that. And for me, that's cool enough.
hey,
And
so
then I'll get my own. What's up?
as see that shit. So I I resonate with that so motherfucking much. That shit too.
Wholesome. Like,
That
that's
shit.
wholesome.
No, it's too advanced for motherfuckers. So son, you said some shit that don't exist, but it do though. Fuck is you talking about?
Mm,
Listen, it's you know how back in the day, if we would have talked about some shit like this, nigga would have argued with you basically. You know what I'm talking about?
to get mad.
Yeah, and then but like if we talk about the other shit, you feel me? It was just like it was reality. Like how about them Knicks out there? You feel me? Talking about how about the Bulls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, this is so fucking like it's reality to me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know nothing. Like when you say something to me, I'm working on, and I truly am. I'm not just saying this to be funny. I'm working on when somebody say something, I'll be like, what? Because not because oh you not spiritual, it's because like damn, I feel like it's common sense. You feel me talking about? But I broke it down like that to myself. You feel me talking about? As far as like that's how it works for me. You feel what I'm saying? I don't be trying to be as much as it sounds. I don't care. I don't be trying to be over advanced. I literally this is basic to me. This how I be trying to put it type shit. You feel what I'm saying? But
Well, you put in the work to get the knowledge, though, so shit, it's yours.
yeah, that's what I'm getting at, man. But
Everybody take that away from you.
no, I'm saying though. But you talking about like that's just another me, and you know what I'm talking about, and
Hmm.
I'm living like that. I see that when you say something when you say that when you say that to somebody, they be like, "Nah, man, how could you say that?" And woo, but we all supposed
Well,
to be
that's because they
reflecting.
worried about the physical. We passed, like, the goal is to get past 3D. Okay.
Ooh, ooh, somebody just said it. Somebody just said I was waiting on them to come through. Said it. I was by myself with that. You feel what I'm saying? They was like, no, nigga, you crazy. You talking about some?
Mm-mm.
We talking about some leaving. We ain't trying to leave, but we trying to fix it up and stay here. And in the next cycle, we gonna fall again and forget who we was. We gonna forget who we was again and be talking about this again and still stay because we still want to fix it. Yeah, that's what they want to talk about. I don't want to do that though.
See, yeah. Yeah, that's funny. I was really at one point I was like, why the hell did I do this? I will never come back and try to save this damn planet again. All right. So, but now I'm looking at it from a higher perspective. And for me, it's like, okay, I'm gonna set it up. I'm gonna set it up for my generations, like for myself and my generations, because that's doing both. When you do it for yourself,
Oh,
you do it for your
no,
generation.
that's yeah. No, I'm
Hmm.
doing that,
But when I
but
come
that
back
other.
through, everything already gonna be set up. When I come back through all that hard work, that's why I'm doing it now. Doing it now. So the next time I come through, everything already gonna be set up and I can get that like get to the suites. That's it. Just straight through suites. I don't care. That's what I'm gonna sign that contract for next time. Straight suites, because I already been here to set it up beforehand. Fuck, y'all thought I was about to do some more puzzles.
Yeah, no, I
Set
I
shit
like
up sweet for my regeneration and reincarnation.
as far as that. No, I resonate with that, but you know what I mean when I say
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying. Damn, you
Mm-hmm.
know, nah, man, because this place gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. This this place gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. You know what I'm
And even
saying?
if I don't come here, I'm going somewhere else.
I mean, but look though, with that aspect, and doing this what do you call that? Doing this like doing these practices or whatever, tapping into stuff, whatever. We know where we're
Mm-hmm.
going. That's the thing. I'm trying to tell individuals you gonna know. It ain't gonna be like I'm guessing. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Ain't I ain't you ain't it ain't gonna be no guess. It's a no. You know what I'm talking about? And the only way don't I feel like the only way you're gonna get to know is from self. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Cause like it's they be like it's gateways. Okay, how did you gateway in here? Either this time, you know what I'm talking about, in his personal life, or shit at the very beginning. You know what I'm talking about? Because we was all here, because we all a part of the same, you know what I'm talking about, let's say source. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
How you do it? How
Ooh,
you want to do it? You know what I'm talking
you
about?
just made me think about something.
I just
Ah.
many different ways. Many different
Mm-hmm.
ways. That's
Mm-hmm.
all. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? That's all. I don't know. So, man, look. Next time we build, I got some shit to tell you. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't even for this. Like, but I got some like. When I say I got some shit, I got
Yeah,
some shit.
yeah.
I got some shit. I ain't. You know what I'm saying?
We
That's all I
always
can say.
got some shit, man.
That's all. That's all I can say. I got some shit. You know what I'm saying? like so. Literally, I've been up. I've been getting up 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, reading
Mm.
all day. So I don't do that. Then when I'm not reading, I'm either asleep or I'm meditating or I'm eating. I've been on a what do you call that? I've been eating like little like impossible meat, but I've been eating watermelon a whole lot. I tried that watermelon with the lemon. I had
I thought
faith
you
it
was
was
finna
the
say
same.
salt. We was finna fight.
No, come on, I been what Ben did that. Don't tell me you don't do that. You don't do that?
I did it before. No, not every time. I'm done with that shit.
Come on now, because look, we know we healthy now. I put some Himalayan salt on there. You feel what I'm saying? I won't put the regular salt in. Put the Himalayan salt in there. But yeah, I haven't done it in a long time. You making me. I still got some watermelon in there.
Oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah, yeah. Hey, come on, I'm country. Come on now. Don't do
I
me.
ain't, what the fuck you mean? I'm country to
Listen. I'm listening. Hold on. Where I'm from
you.
is the country, basically. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't from
Where
the
I'm
city.
from is the country too. Okay.
No, you from down south though. You from talking about, so that's a different type of country. I'm up north.
Yeah. So okay, you sound like my man.
I try to tell you.
Yeah, that is. That's two different countries.
Hey, but no, yeah, I've been on it. I've been on it like a little don't know. Like I ain't like I just picked it up and that's what I be doing. Like things just happen, and
Mm-hmm.
I've been seeing the effects. Like literally, you feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It's been a lot of like mystical creatures coming around. You feel I'm talking about? Like physical and spiritual. There, I've been seeing a whole lot of different things. Starting off like it started off like in the corner of my eye or whatever. But now I'd be like little things just popping up, whatever. I don't know. I'm liking what's going on though. You feel what I'm saying? I'm liking what's going on. So I feel
Your
like,
third eye consciousness and awareness are up. You're seeing the veil between the physical and the non-physical, as well as we're going to the end of the year. You know, it's about to be All Hallows Eve
hollow.
and stuff.
What does that mean? Oh, okay, never mind. I thought you were gonna say, hey, look, hey, I'm all ears. You feel me? You get to
The
speak in
veil is thinning
that
at
tone.
this time. The veil's getting real thin. Oh, this is my favorite time of year. Spirits get to moving, dark sides get to coming out and expressing themselves. Mine already showing. I'm like, all right, yep, it's that time. So people start wondering, those who watch this, if you wondering why your dark side is showing their head a little more often, it's because of the season and the time of the year that it is.
Mm, man, see, I ain't gonna say this my favorite, but it's one of my favorites for sure. Cause like, the season we
Fall
in
and
right now,
winter. I love fall and winter. They're literally my favorite seasons. I like to bundle up and wear cute ass clothes and scarves and toboggans and boots. I love boots. Boots and thick thigh high socks and woolly dresses. That's me.
you from the south. You feel what I'm saying? That shit cool. That shit cool, ain't it? You feel what I'm talking about? Because listen, watch this. That shit cool. You get to dress up, and you not in what do you call that shit? Antarctica weather. You feel?
Oh, bubble coats and stuff. I'm gonna get to experience it soon. You already
no,
know. I'm gonna let you know when I'm up north.
no. I'm saying, in my city, right? It was 2019. It was it was colder than Antarctica there. You feel what I'm saying? And it was cold. It was like that. It was like that in a few cities, Chicago and the other what you call it. But our city wasn't never like that. It got cold, but it was never like that though. But snow, I'm short, right? But
That
the
you
snow,
should.
I am. I'm like five. I'm like 5'3". This
No,
the
you're not.
I am
No,
the
you're not. I know you're lying. No, you're not.
man. Listen, the snow is at my
You are
waist.
not by. We can't skate past that. I'm sorry. We can't skate past.
Come on, man, get us out of here.
We're gonna be eye to eye. Oh
Listen,
shit.
what they call them? What they call them gods? For Tottenham, they was them pygmy gods, the pygmy twa gods. You feel what I'm saying? The little ones.
I
I'm
ain't never
telling
thought about how tall you was, but I ain't thinking.
you, man. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, so no, so Sean, you not like 6 feet?
Huh?
You ain't like 6 feet?
No.
That's why I thought you was tall. Nah.
I'm
I'm
five
down.
four.
I'm down here
I'm
with the.
5'4".
I'm down here with the common folk.
Yep, 5'4".
Yeah, no. I think we get that from my granddad too, cause my grandma she tall.
Get you a noogie on the head, by you little bro. All right, I'm gonna leave it alone. I ain't gonna pick at you. I couldn't help it. Oh, my boyfriend will pick at you worse though. He gonna talk so much. I can hear
Y'all
him
hear
now.
this?
Oh, I'm gonna have to pop him in the mouth. Okay. Oh,
Hey,
my man
hey,
taught me how to talk shit, so that's why. Oh,
we gotta
My Detroit, and you know they mouse ruthless, but it's really not ruthless. It's just if you're not
wait, no,
from there,
hold
you gonna
on.
take it hard.
That's where he from? I think you did say
Yes, he
that.
from Detroit.
Oh,
It makes sense now.
no. Look, he be rapping too, right?
Nah,
No, he got
he
to
can
be
sing a
rapping.
little bit though. He
He
can
can
sing a
sing.
little bit.
It don't matter.
Yeah.
It's music still. I be harmonizing. I ain't doing no singing.
Harmon- Harmonizing
I
and singing.
I be harmonizing just a tad bit. I don't be doing none of that
I
other
mean,
extra. No, cause my voice, I don't. My voice ain't. Yeah, it ain't even got deep yet. But I don't be.
he
I
said,
don't
yeah.
say. I gotta be. Yeah. I gotta be in the studio. No, for real. Eventually, my voice gonna be like, it's gonna get deep. Next thing you know, it's gonna be over with. If not, I'm just gonna be here. My voice been the
I
same way
mean,
since
ain't
I've been
nothing
young.
wrong with it. I don't think nothing wrong with your voice.
Yeah.
I ain't never thought it was weird. But it's like it's just because we not focused on the physical. We just we in the spirit, so it's like it's different. Right?
Nah, man.
Cause I tell you, look, like I tell anybody to like give stuff outside, like give if they would like to give people different, like give people chances. Cause I've dated guys shorter than me, guys way taller than me, all different sizes, shapes, ages. Like I didn't tasted all the flavors of the ice cream. All right, you feel, and that was more for like my experience, cause that helped me to learn, like what I like or what's for me. You feel, or what can work with me, what can work for me. And that was just because of me wanting to be open minded and, experience different things. And it's like, then I could also figure out what I liked. I
So
went
Sean,
from hating the thought of even being with a black dude to loving and not even being able to see myself without a black man. You feel? So,
I'm gonna let you know this right now. I've been short my whole life. So every female I've ever been with, they've been taller than me. Until one time, I'm with somebody. She was shorter than me. She was shorter than me because like I had like a few, but they weren't really serious. She was shorter than me,
mhm.
but then that didn't work out. It was decent though for like 2 years, but then it didn't work out. Then my girlfriend now, she taller than me. She's definitely taller than me. You feel what I'm saying? Like noticeably. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't care, and she don't care. And look, it's funny, bro.
Well,
it's
my cousin
it's
said, when you on your back, it don't matter.
no, look, cause I be saying that, but she it's this little Reddit thing, and they be talking about people that be like they be talking about girls that be like taller than their boyfriends or whatever and all that shit. The comments be funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie, she be sitting there reading that shit. They be funny, but I don't care. I never looked at stuff like that. I never really cared about stuff like that. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Cause you
I'm not
give
talking
off
to no.
you give off alpha male energy. Like you give off a bit of beta, but not horrible. It's like you a soft alpha. You feel, but you can pop when you need to pop. You feel, but it's still alpha.
I'm not talking to no. I'm not talking to no giant. I ain't talking to no giant. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't know. I ain't never looked at it like that though. Mm. I forgot I was gonna say though too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
Oh,
we it's cool. We end up catching we a friendly talk.
but yeah, but no, look, yeah, we go cause I gotta get up. I gotta I gotta end this. But I was gonna say we gotta do that. We gotta do that thing. I forgot what we was gonna talk about. We
The
supposed to be
OA.
talking about the OA. Yeah, we supposed to be talking about the OA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been thinking
Um.
about it. Like I said, I just been in hermit mode. I had to integrate some stuff,
No, I've been on the same
making
thing for
some
real, for
making
real.
some shifts and shit.
I've been on the same exact thing. I like I
Mhm.
don't know. I just it's how people be like, man, I got to call into spirituality. I literally just I got the
Mhm.
call. I was fighting myself not to get on TikTok. I wasn't even gonna get on TikTok today. I just literally just hopped on. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Cause I be feeling like um I don't want to feel like I have to get on here. You feel what I'm talking about? Because I don't like to
Yeah.
get on here for real, for real. You know what I'm talking about? I like to sit here and study and do all that stuff. Like when I feel like I gotta get on here and do all that stuff, it tempers with my my me time basically and me. You know what I'm saying? You know, doing what I supposed to be doing, whatever, or what I deem
Mhm.
I'm supposed to be doing. And now when I just wasn't on here for however long, that shit was just like so
It's
peaceful.
peace. Cause you're not like, it's called TikTok. So it's either you scrolling and your time just ticking away, you can spend hours, or you could be the one uploading and being the one using the time. Or, not on it as well too. Like you have to be able to take breaks from social media and stuff like that. Like that need
Hmm.
to always be in it, always be like there's sometimes I can't even watch TV. Sometimes I don't even want to be on my phone. Sometimes I just want to be like it in calm, no technology. none of that, and it's just like be with myself.
Yeah. But so listen, I'm not even gonna say. I'm not even gonna say what's that word? I'm gonna hit you up and none of that or whatever. Because listen, I'm still in hiatus herd mode too. I
Yeah,
listen.
and
I
we
wasn't even,
ain't no rush.
that's
Ain't
what I'm
no
saying.
rush.
I wasn't even gonna post this video, but the reason why I'm gonna post it now is just because you hopped on there. That's it.
Um,
I wasn't gonna post it. You know what I'm talking about? This was just the in and
you
out.
just gonna get up here
You
and
know what
talk
I'm saying?
some shit.
This was just the in and out. You feel me? So I just want to say hey to everybody, see how everybody was doing, show my face, I'm
You
still
talk
alive.
though.
You know, that's it. Yeah. But
I
yeah,
still can't
though,
believe you thought I was 6 foot.
I definitely thought you was tall. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That
No,
makes me
no,
wonder
like
how many other people think I'm that tall.
no. See, look, right, look. I got a perception that if you like skinnier, that you taller. You
Um,
know what I'm saying? So I assume that you were just tall.
no, I
Yeah,
am five. I'm 5'4" or 5'3" and some change to be exact. It changes every time I go. I guess it just depends on who the fuck looking at the scan.
that what they that what they tell me. 5'2.5", 5'3". That they
My
tell me.
dude, 5'1", not 5'1". He's not 5'1". He is not 5'1". He is 6'1".
Oh man, he gonna hear this. He
No,
gonna hear this.
he's not. No,
He
he's
gonna hear
not.
this. The whole video going up. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he gonna hear this.
you gonna make sure he hear it. Oh
It's
god.
it, it's gonna be in the video. What you talking about? I'm gonna tell him he gotta watch. I gotta see which part this is because I don't know yet.
Like yeah, she
Yeah,
said you was 5'1".
so I tell you,
You be
I
like,
already
don't
knew.
let her lie.
But
Come
no,
talk to me, so
yeah,
I'm 5'1", huh? And then come stand over me and shit. I'm like, I be standing on stuff just so I can stand above him, and he'll pick me up and put me back down so that he's looking down at me.
oh no,
I get up on the bed and stand like, yeah, what you say? And then he'll just pick me up under my armpits, put me down. I'm like a whole kid. I'm like, bro. He said, you can't look up. He said, I can't have you looking down at me. I was like, mm-hmm.
oh you funny.
I be
Man,
trying it. I told him I'm gonna get some 10-inch heels or some shit, but I don't want to break my neck or my ankles. So,
they got creatures out here, man.
yeah,
Yeah, no,
everywhere.
I, I just saw, I see something walking across the street. I don't know what the fuck it is. But yeah. Oh no, look, so I got to slide off here. I'm finna
I know, I
I got
know. All
I
right,
got
hey,
I got to
peace.
charge my phone. Yeah, peace. Be safe, everybody. I'm putting this up on YouTube. Y'all follow Soul Shine. You feel what I'm saying? You know Soul Shine's information. Soul Shine, what's your information?
My TikTok is Goddess of Life 111. Okay, or Soul Shine is OULSHYNE. Cause now my soul used to be shy, but now it just shine. You feel so shine. All my links will be in my bio. You feel if you come follow me, okay, Baba gonna tag me in it too. All right. On the
hmm
on the YouTube, I do readings, okay, energy, we in healing, expressing, therapy, loving, okay, all the different forms that can help to take you to your highest self and your most healed and best version of yourself so that you can live your life, all right, the way that you want to and with the most amount of peace, happiness, joy, and acceptance within yourself, okay?
Y'all heard that? I definitely recommend her. She's highly recommended for sure, for sure. This ain't no motherfucking game. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. You don't want to know yourself? This ain't the place to be. But look, like I said, like she said, I'm gonna put this up on YouTube. I'm definitely gonna tag her. If you haven't followed her, follow her. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna be telling people I'm gonna be back up on TikTok and none of that stuff with it. We in the time of war, and war for us means preparation of the mind, mentally, physically, holistically, spiritually. You know what I'm saying? And you
We'll
don't do
be
that
out
on
when they
TikTok.
be out. Because we always on time.
Yeah, you gotta be able to to be aware. But y'all be safe. You know what I'm saying? Love and
All
love
right,
everybody, man. Peace.
love.